Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I think whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged the punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate, and I am the captain of my soul. Ladies and gentlemen and business owners, my name is Daryl Guberman. I am the CEO of Guberman-PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. And we have worked in manufacturing quality now for 40 years, so working for other people, but our own business 11 years, starting in 2011. We are both a consultant and in manufacturing and special processes, as well as in ISO certification and all derivatives. Our background being aerospace, medical implants, medical materials, printing, and plastic distribution. This is the announcement today. Today, this video is about Daryl Guberman, CEO, goes down to expose ANSI, the American National Standards Institute in Washington, D.C., for saying half a nut, fuck you. Yes, business owners, I know it's tough for you to hear, but it did happen, and you will find all the different other videos below this in the body of this video. Today, I'm just getting this out now. I want it to be short. I want you to be perceptive. I want you to look at these videos below, and this is exactly what a chairman said, a Russ Chaney, back in 2019. I played it on probably 20 of the videos that I've done. You can hear it for yourself and listen to it. Because as a representative of ANSI, the American National Standards Institute, as a representative of that, he is a representative 24/7, not 8 hours a day. He represents that organization all the time, especially as a chairman. And he was the chairman of the nomination committee for 2022. Now, in 2019, he left that message on my cell phone after I exposed the factor of A2LA, which is an accreditation body sitting on ANSI, the American National Standards Institute's board and membership. And what I did was, what really disgusted me was when I delved into ISO 17025 for laboratory, and I find that Pamela Sale, the vice president at the time of certification and accreditation for laboratory accreditation, stated under sworn statement in the court. She said, from one laboratory to another, there are variances. As I've learned many years in quality, starting in 1983, where I was in manufacturing composites at Sikorsky Aircraft. Later on in 85, on the Seahawk line, electrical installation. And then in 1986 to 1995, when I got laid off, I was in quality control, which I cut my teeth on quality and processes and standards and even ISO certification. Yes, business owners, even that. So, I exposed the factor that I was brought up in a quality culture. That was this. You have to have certain principles. There are no variances. There are no differences in protocol, especially manufacturing a helicopter. You know, there are gray areas, of course, but those areas are not in the process of determining a blood test, working in a biohazard lab. This is a problem. So what I did was I brought out the factor. I did a video. Ashley Morton, who worked at A2LA, wrote a little stubby down beneath the video stating that A2LA and ANSI are separate accreditation bodies unto themselves. Now, you scratch your head and I said, whoa. Isn't ANSI a standards-writer organization? Instead, now they accredit, they certify. Anyway, let's continue on. So what happened is I did another video to Ashley. Ashley, I guess, got a little bit bent out of shape. She happened to tell Russ Chaney, who I never even knew of, business owners, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow citizens. I never knew from Russ Chaney. But this time, he calls me up, I didn't know, and he said, half a nut, fuck you, on my telephone. I was astonished. I took that recording, I sent that to Joe Bathy, he sent it off to their attorney, Jameson Carroll of Carroll and Weiss, and for the life of me, I don't understand what I think he had potatoes in his ears or something, because this was his response back. He said, after analysis, we were unable to identify any harassing or objectionable content in the brief audio file provided. You know something? As my dear departed grandmother would say in Yiddish, that was a bubba meise. That was a lie. That was a lie. He was playing stupid. So, by Russ Chaney, and I say this emphatically, by him representing ANSI, it is ANSI who is saying to me basically, half a nut, fuck you. What makes matters worse is the board must condone it, the members must condone it, and the United States federal government, where so many of them sit on ANSI, cavorting and all the rest of the stuff, where they have standard people strategically placed, like at the Department of Commerce, the Department of Homeland Security. You've got them also from Microsoft. You've got all of these people who are involved with this ANSI mess. And it is under voluntary consensus standards, which have failed, as we can see when you look at Pfizer, for example, who skipped quality processes and standards and pushed the COVID vaccine out the door. And who do they sit on? ANSI's board, right over by the Accreditation ANAB, right over by the FDA, right over by the FTC, right over the USDA, CDC, NIH. And then you look at Boeing. Boeing. I think what Russ was trying to say is the quality that's being produced in both the corporate sector and also our government is half a nut, fuck you. I guess that's the mantra of the ANSI. I do this because of integrity, honesty, and the truth. We will be in Washington on the 24th and 25th of this month to picket between 8 and 9 o'clock starting, and we will stand there all day with our picket signs. And this is the street that we will be on for those of you who want to show up. 1899 L Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. That is 1899 L Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. What this organization needs after 100 years is they talk about third-party accreditation. They need somebody to watch over them. And that's what I'd like to do. Because right now, my team and I are at the ready because this organization to profess half a nut, fuck you. And here's some of the signs that we will be carrying. Here it is. This is Russ Chaney, and he was the nominating chairman. I put a 54-page document in. I know some of you are saying, Daryl, that must be sour grapes. Whoa. Sour grapes? What Russ Chaney should have done as the nominating chairman, okay, he should have recused himself. Now, you know what I did? I gave them the secret. What they're probably going to do is backdate a letter, have him sign it and says, yes, he recused himself. Well, no, he didn't, because I've got the letter from their attorney that substantiates this mess. He can't recuse himself now. And then here goes another one. Here goes Russ Chaney saying half a nut, fuck you. ANSI says half a nut, fuck you. Approved by the board, approved by the membership, and approved by the United States government. Isn't that tender? And then you have him standing on his own, of course. ANSI says half a nut, fuck you. And this is the best one. This is the one that ANSI should have outside of their building at 1899 L Street in Northwest Washington, D.C. This should be the flag flying outside, and here it is. Yes, business owners and my fellow citizens. I do this because I know when we issue a certificate, we do our best to ensure the integrity of that organization rather than just grabbing the money and running. An example of grabbing the money and running, and I will tell you, is on a heads-up procedure from October 2003 for AS 9100 from the American National Accreditation Board, ANSI, which ANAB, which ANSI took over in 2018. So ANAB wrote it 2003. This was for the OASIS database, which Boeing has access to, all the major OEMs have access to ensure that that accreditation certificate is accredited by ANAB or some other IAF MLA. But if you look, the predominance is ANAB on that organization of OASIS. Well, 4.2 in that procedure states, if an AS-9100 certified organization refuses to be put on the database, the certificate is taken away. 4.3, if the certified organization for AS-9100 refuses to pay database fees, they will have their certificate taken away. Now, business owners, does that sound like quality to you? Well, it appears that Russ Chaney told us the mantra about their voluntary consensus standards and also about the quality that's produced by the corporations and federal agencies that are on board. And let's show you. You can't make this up. I do this because I want that apology. All three of those in one room. Don't you think, business owners, I deserve that? Please place it down below this video if you think I deserve that or you say, that's true. I know our world is in disarray. I know this is a minuscule thing compared to the worldwide nightmares in Ukraine, them shutting off the gas pipeline to Europe and all the rest of this mess. But if we don't solve the small problems, these bigger issues are going to someday kill us sooner than later. Business owners and my fellow citizens, and ANSI, to Joe Bathia, to Russ Chaney, and of course, Jamison Carroll of Carroll and Weiss out of Atlanta, Georgia. I do this again because of integrity, honesty, and the truth, and the slings and arrows that have been thrown at me disgustingly over the years. When I was approved in 2013 by a Mr. David Levy, you'll find all of this down below. I don't need to rehash it. I'll leave it here. I was approved with a thumbs up from a 50% owner of ANSI-ASQ, the American Society for Quality, in 2013. I was asked to join in 2016 from Randy Doughtery, but I, as a proud American, do you hear that, Joe Bathia and Russ Chaney and also Jamison Carroll, who your pride in America is sometimes in question because in 2016, the IAF, the International Accreditation Forum, was handed over to a communist Chinese national, Zhao Jinwu, who's been involved with our quality, ladies and gentlemen, since 1994. What kind of schmuck's a quality term, would even think about that? ANSI and ANAB at the time sat on the IAF, the International Accreditation Forum, which was watched over by China, and Zhao Jinwu is mandated by his communist country of origin to take your data through China National Intelligence Law, Article number 7. So I will say this one more time. I love the man who can smile in trouble, who can gather strength from distress and grow brave by reflection. 'Tis the business of little minds to shrink, and he whose heart is firm and conscience approves his conduct shall pursue his principles unto death. That's their mantra for quality and everything else. And that came from Russ Chaney, a chairman sitting on ANSI. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS@yahoo.com. And I look forward on the 24th and 25th for anybody to show up if you want. I don't know how many people are going to be there. I've gotten some notes that say, I'm coming, Daryl, we're coming. So the address, once again, is 1899 L Street, Northwest, Washington, D.C. Have a good day, and I thank you.